What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Believe It or Not, a Stick War 3 video. That's right, the day has finally come where I return to the game because it received a big balance update that is worth me returning. Some of these are actually pretty decent. There are a couple that I'm kind of iffy about, but there are a lot of them that are really good. So I'm just going to go down the list here. Starting with Castle Archers, it's actually don't really care about that. Castle Deads, which you can obtain if you have a majority Chaos deck, will now have Toxic Splash. So maybe we'll see those in action. Sikarath got a nerf, I believe. Yeah, Rage got a nerf and now has a 25-second cooldown, but I believe it also gets a 4-second duration bonus. Merrick's got a nerf. They now have 150 HP, and I believe that their shield duration got reduced as well, which is good. And I will throw Merrick's in here because I do plan to test that. Bomber got a 1-second build time decrease. Now they take 9 seconds to train. Toxic Death's got a buff, but it's an extremely disappointing buff. All they got was a +2 damage increase to heavy. That's it. That's literally it. No range increase, no health increase, just a really bad damage increase. I'm still going to bring them, but I do think they're still going to be absolute garbage. Now this one I am very happy about. Speartons, who had the reputation of being one of the crappiest units in the game, got a block rework. It now is a 33% damage reduction, which is really good. I think Speartons are now going to be mega tanks. Rip Riders got a nerf, a splash damage and base damage nerf, and a gold cost increase to 750 gold, but no longer costs mana though. So yeah, Rip Riders got nerfed pretty heavily, which is good. Atreus now trains Speartons 30% faster compared to 25, and I am going to bring him for that. And a 30-second cooldown for stand-in is now 20 seconds. Then we have Pharah, who got a massive price decrease, which was absolutely needed because she was way too expensive and wasn't that good. And Flight of the Foretold now has an increased Resurrect health bonus, which is also good. Toxic Totalities level 2 now gives +3 poison, and its research time has been decreased from 100 seconds to 80 seconds. The Castle Archer upgrade got a damage buff and a splash damage buff. Voltaic Spark, you get an increased Voltaic bonus from the sources. Blazing Bolts projectiles now go from +4 to +5 burn damage. Salvage Smithy gives 30 gold per kill and 25% refund as compared to previously 25 gold bonus and 20% refund. Trying to speed through this. Mana Burst got a ridiculous buff. Now gives 100 damage when Magi kill death from 50, and Merrick now heals 100 health from 50. I think that is massively unnecessary. Now we have Miners that got a health buff, and Spearos, which used to give Speartons glacial bonus by default, has now been changed. That will no longer apply, so you have to get level 2 Pike to get Glacial Spears. There we go, that was a mouthful. So we're just going to throw a deck together that is not going to allow me to test all this at the same time. I do still want to test. I want to try to test everything. I'm actually going to get rid of Spearos and Pharah. We're going to bring Archers. We're going to bring... I cannot think. We'll bring Smithy so we can check it out. But I'm also going to bring Magi Kill and Mana Burst because I do think this Mana Burst buff is actually kind of extreme. And why is this just stuck here? There we go. After that finally been said, we can finally begin. Alright, I'm playing on the Asia server, which I'm hoping isn't too bad. So with Salvage Smithy, it is purely based on the outcome of fights. So we basically need to be super aggro to try and get kills and get the bonus gold. And I'm going to aim to get a Spearton as early as possible just so I can test this block buff and see how good it really is. So yeah, let's get it. And considering I haven't played this game in a while, I imagine the rust is going to be real. So to any pros out there, do not mind my garbage skill here. Oh, we got a Voltaic Sputum right off the bat. So how much is this block buff? I imagine he's going to test it out. So it drops the damage to 6. The Spiritomb had previously blocked only 3 flat damage. I don't know about that. It blocked 3 flat damage previously, so it would be 7. Now it's down to 6. So he blocks 1 more damage than normal. Hold on, I can't really process that now. We got a Garrison here. Gonna make a Toxic Dead to force the Spiritomb away. And I really do think that me bringing Toxic Dead is gonna screw me. He has Pike. I'm not really scared of it though. I'm gonna engage. Alright, seems like we're getting Spiritomb rushed right now. So I don't know, maybe this damage buff the Toxic Deads will actually mean something, but right now I ain't seeing it. Alright, I guess it's time for a Magi kill, since the stun will do good in stopping this Spiritomb rush, which is being pretty damn effective right now. Need to check my economy, because right now we're doing terrible on resources. Yeah, it's just pure Spiritombs and nothing else right now. Yeah, that's a lot of spears. So hopefully the Magi kill that I just trained will help to deal with that. And again, I think this mana burst buff is going to be ridiculous, since now it's 100 damage per blast. So that's just one-shot swords and sickles and melee deads. So you can just spam Magi kill and then take one and just throw it into enemy front lines, and kabam, that's 100 damage when it blows up. Alright, I guess we'll harass the economy while we're waiting for... That's a lot of spears. He has the trails too. Attack. If we got the mana burst damage right there, I certainly didn't see it. And Toxic... Yeah, I knew it was a mistake bringing Toxic Deads. They are terrible. This Toxic Dead buff was absolutely meaningless. It means nothing right now. Definitely should have kept them out of the deck. I just wanted to see how effective they would be. And right now, they are complete garbage. Now you have the Spiritomb Tower spawn we have to worry about. Oh, we're max pop already. It doesn't even feel like we're max pop. This army really isn't that big. And they just got the first level tower bonus. Yeah, we're going to have to push. We cannot afford to just sit here and let him chill. I really do not think we have a big army for this to already be at max pop. Well, I guess this is the army that we have. I'm probably banking a little bit too hard on relying on the Magi kill explosion with mana burst to really damage the spears. But at most we can do a total of 200 damage. Okay, well, we got completely curb stomped. But I guess testing, this is mainly for testing purposes though. So, I mean, the explosion from Mana Burst isn't terrible, I guess. I don't know, it's really hard to judge when we face Spiritomb spam. I think what I'll do is run a pure Chaos deck, because this will also give me the chance to test this new Toxic Splash that Castle Deads now apparently have. Now, I have no faith in Castle Deads whatsoever, because I mean, we've seen the regular Toxic Dead in action, and the Castle Dead still shares the same stats. They didn't get a damage buff that's any different from the regular Toxic Dead, so I have no faith that they're going to provide any defense for me whatsoever, but we're going to have to give it a try here. We'll also bring Thera since she is significantly cheaper now, and I want to see this Flight of the Foretold buff, rework thing or whatever. Rip Rider, I'm not even going to bother testing the Rip Rider because, to be honest, I freaking hate the Rip Rider. Let's bring Totality. It's still absurdly expensive though, like 500 mana to get plus 3 poison damage, but they did buff it, so I can't be entirely mad at it. I'm probably not going to bring Salvage or Smithy this time. I just don't think it's worth it. So we'll bring Rage since that got changed, and it'll help buff my bombers. And then we'll bring good old Zephos for the heavy damage. There we go. This is the deck we're going to run. Okay, I got the right side this time, which I'm not a fan of. But yeah, let's get it. So I'm not entirely familiar with this deck, but I do know it revolves around early bombers and making sure you use them efficiently, so yeah, let's give it a shot. If we're facing control with archers, it may be a little difficult dealing with them, but it is possible to dodge their shots given how small the bombers are. So there we go, we have tower. Now we're just gonna cheat. Yep, I was right. We are facing it. Oh, yes, Glacial. I thought that was Voltaic Spark. Still get the blast, though. This is looking up pretty well, actually. The bomber control works pretty well in stopping the early archer push. And it secures me tower. They have Illuminate. That spell is just, like, never used. It's one of the worst spells in existence, if I'm being honest here. So we're gonna go for a Jug. And that's a Sword Wrath, which is going to be a little bit harder to compete with. So I guess we'll just run around it. Let's take a peek in the base here. Illuminate again. I don't know if they're using Illuminate for the memes or if he has an actual like legitimate strategy plan with it. Illuminate is a complete joke. You know, I'm actually going to get Spiros out. I switched Zephos out for Spiros if I hadn't mentioned that already. I can't remember. And I do recall somebody telling me that since these minors, this 2-pop minor thing exists now, I was told that 8 is the magic... Oh god, it's Archie, so we're in trouble here. That's exactly why I have Spiros, for that exact reason. But yeah, I was told that 8 minors is the new magic number now for this, so we're not getting overwhelmed by the sheer amount of pop that the minors are going to consume now. So yeah, we'll give that a shot, and we'll go ahead and buy Thera. Never mind, she's 400 mana still. She got a gold decrease, not a mana one. To be honest, I would have liked it if she got a mana decrease. But here we go. We have Spearow, so let's engage. I still have the tower. Oh, no, here we go. Here we go. We have an engagement here. Oh, I missed the deep freeze on Archie's. That's painful. Oh, and I got tethered. Whatever, we're still gonna get this. Okay. Actually, you know what? I can engage this, because I still have Spirits with a lot of health and everything. There we go. We got Archie's with the deep freeze there. The ping seems to be increasing right now. I'm not sure why, though. But then again, I am in the Aegis server, so it's bound to happen at some point. Still can't afford Thera, though, because this is a very mana-heavy deck that I have. He made us to train Thera, though, so let's see if she's actually worth it. So there's Flight of the Foretold. Let me try to kill something. I killed nothing, so we're not 75 HP now. So how much did she I can't remember how much she restored previously with Flight of the Foretold. It was 50. It was 50. So now she restores 75 HP. I guess it isn't bad. But does it make Thera worth it? I don't know. I honestly didn't expect to perform so well with this. I use an all chaos deck so I can try and get the castle deads to use them, but I don't know. I can engage here, honestly. If I lose everything, who cares? It'll be like a trade. This is all for testing purposes anyway. All right, here we go. It's just Archie, so we can engage that. All right, here's Flight to the Foretold again, which I don't think we're gonna see in action here because yeah, I didn't kill Archie. I didn't get Archie to a low enough health yet to kill him. Yeah, this worked out too well for me. I really wanted to test the this Castle Dead splash poison thing, but we didn't get forced into a defensive situation. I don't know, I can test it against AI games. It's probably best that we didn't get forced into Garrison, because even with this Toxic Splash buff, I really do think Toxic Deads, or excuse me, Castle Deads are going to remain trash. But yeah, that's the majority of the balance changes. I'm not going to go over every single one, but yeah, that's about it.